Hello everyone, this is Addictive Movie here, and today we're diving into the science fiction drama Real Steel. Get ready, because there are spoilers ahead. We start with Charlie, a retired boxer who's in serious debt. Why? Well, for one, robots have replaced human boxers in the ring, leaving him out of a job. To make matters worse, Charlie isn't exactly great with people. He even tries charging kids $5 just to take a photo with his broken robot. Charlie's got a deal with a guy named Ricky, who pays him to put his robot, Ambush, up against one of Ricky's bulls. Not satisfied with the small payout, Charlie decides to make things interesting by betting $20,000 that he can beat Ricky's top fighter. Now, it's a bit clearer why Charlie owes so many people money. Unfazed, Charlie showboats with his robot as the massive bull charges. Ambush dodges with ease, tackling the bull to the ground and then sending it flying with an uppercut. Confident he's got this fight in the bag, Charlie starts flirting with a pretty girl in the crowd, until the bull springs back, sending Ambush flying and ripping off one of its legs. Honestly, who can blame Charlie for being a little distracted? I'd probably do the same. But the bull isn't finished, it keeps tearing Ambush apart while Charlie desperately begs the owner to stop the fight. Ambush is pummeled into a pile of scrap metal, and Charlie tries to sneak out before anyone can collect on his bet. Unfortunately, he's stopped by two men with some grim news. His ex-girlfriend has just passed away, and now he has to appear in court for custody of his son. Maximum Charlie's less than thrilled about the situation and is ready to sign custody over to his ex's sister, Deborah. But when he notices how wealthy Deborah's husband is, he sees an opportunity. Instead of signing the papers, he makes a deal to hand over custody in exchange for cash, essentially selling his son to their family. But there's a catch: Deborah's husband will be away all summer, so Charlie agrees to look after Max for 2 months, for a bit more cash. Talk about heartless. Now loaded with some extra money, Charlie heads straight to the black market and buys a new robot called Noisy Boy. Back home, he tries to smooth things over with his girlfriend, Bailey, using his charm, but she's quick to remind him that she prefers cash over flattery. Shortly after, Deborah and her husband arrive to drop off Maximum. The kid is fuming, not because his dad just sold him, but because he didn't get a cut of the money. Guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Charlie finally receives his new robot. He opens the shipping container, and out steps a gigantic machine dressed in sleek samurai armor, making a spectacular entrance. This new bot looks ready for action, and so is Charlie, with his next big scheme lined up. Charlie tries using voice commands to operate his new robot, but it doesn't respond. Luckily, Max, a robot fighting superfan, discovers the problem: the voice control is set to Japanese. Max speaks to the robot in Japanese, getting it to respond and proving it's not malfunctioning. They reset the language to English, and Charlie quickly loads the robot into his truck, eager to head to the nearest competition, confident he'll win this time. Max wants to come along but knows his father would refuse, so he swipes the truck keys and blackmails Charlie into taking him. With no choice, Charlie reluctantly agrees, and they arrive at an underground fighting club. Charlie convinces the organizer, Finn, to let his robot take on the main fight, despite Max's warning that they should practice first. Dismissing his son's advice, Charlie pushes ahead, challenging the club's reigning champion, Midas. The fight begins, and Charlie's robot charges in, delivering powerful blows and dominating the match. But as Charlie's confidence grows, he lets his guard down. The opponent takes advantage, delivering a hard punch that sends Charlie's robot flying. As the robot gets pummeled, Charlie frantically tries to remember the controls but accidentally triggers the wrong moves, giving Midas a chance to rip the robot's arm off. Things go from bad to worse as the champion knocks off the robot's head. Frustrated, Max blames Charlie's recklessness for the loss, while Charlie snaps back, blaming the robot for being outdated and venting his anger at his son. With their robot in ruins, they head to a scrap yard, hoping to salvage parts for their next attempt. As they search, Charlie warns Max to stay back from a cliff edge. But suddenly, the ground gives way, and Max falls into a deep pit. As he slides toward the edge, a piece of metal catches him just in time. Charlie rushes over, pulls Max to safety, and the two share a relieved embrace. Max examines what saved him and, to his surprise, finds an old robot buried in the ground. Excited, he insists on bringing it back, but Charlie dismisses it as junk and lets Max dig it out himself, a job that probably took all night. Let's just say Max wasn't too thrilled with his dad's attitude. They haul the robot back to Bailey, who miraculously manages to get it working. She explains that it has a shadow function, allowing the robot to mimic the movements of anyone in front of it. As Max cleans the robot, he discovers its name, Atom, Determined to see it in action, Max begs Charlie to put Atom in a match, but Charlie doubts it'll do any damage, saying it's just a sparring bot. Still, Charlie takes Max to the Robot Fighting League to try and score a sponsor for a better robot. Even his best friend refuses to invest, given Charlie's terrible track record. Frustrated and out of options, Charlie agrees to bring Atom to a low-tier fight arena called the Zoo, where only the worst robots battle. Max challenges the reigning champion, Metro, and his owner bets $1,000 that Atom won't last a single round. When the fight begins, Atom immediately takes a beating. Charlie tries to coach Max, but Max's inexperience shows, and Atom keeps getting pummeled. Charlie wants to take over, hoping to survive the round, but Max stubbornly refuses, only for Atom to get knocked down by a powerful blow. Just as the countdown reaches its final second, Atom miraculously stands back up, securing their $1,000 win. The opponent, seeing Atom's resilience, doubles the stakes, and Max agrees in a heartbeat, despite Charlie's protests. Learning from the first round, Max directs Atom to backstep, catching Metro off guard. Atom then jumps with a powerful uppercut, causing Metro to malfunction and crash to the ground. The crowd goes wild as they celebrate their victory, and Charlie eagerly collects the winnings. Back in the garage, they start upgrading Atom, and Max suggests teaching it to box by letting it mimic Charlie's moves. Charlie hesitates, haunted by his past as a boxer and his last devastating loss. But after some thought, he decides to help Max, training Atom with his own boxing moves. Their teamwork and training pay off as they climb the ranks, winning tougher and tougher matches in underground circuits and raking in more money. Eventually, their success catches the attention of the main fighting league, where they are offered a shot at the national champion, Twin Cities. Before the fight, Lemkova, the owner of Zeus, the most powerful robot in the league, tries to buy Atom for $100,000. Max refuses immediately, and while Charlie is tempted by the money, Max insists that Atom is priceless and absolutely not for sale. The big fight is here, and the national champion, Twin Cities, marches into the ring to a roaring crowd. Max is unfazed, confidently showboating his way to the stage with Atom. As the fight begins, the two robots charge and trade fierce blows. Twin Cities starts gaining the upper hand, using its superior reach and power to push Atom into a corner. With two heads and no blind spots, Twin Cities is a tough opponent, making it nearly impossible for Charlie to counter its attacks. Then, Charlie spots a weakness in Twin Cities' shoulder and seizes the opportunity, guiding Atom in close to deliver rapid body shots. Atom lands a powerful uppercut that knocks Twin Cities flat on its back. The crowd goes wild as the underdog defeats the champion in a spectacular upset. Furious with Lemkova's earlier attempt to buy Atom, Max boldly challenges her team for a future fight, though she and her designer look down at them in disdain. Just as they leave the building, their celebration is cut short by Ricky, who shows up to collect the debt Charlie still owes him. Charlie tries to fight back, but Ricky's men overpower him. They take all his winnings and beat him up, forcing Max to watch helplessly. Seeing the danger he's put Max in, Charlie decides it's best to send his son back to his guardians early. Heartbroken, Max walks away in disappointment, feeling abandoned. Charlie, torn and doubting his decision, goes to Bailey for advice. He tells her he's not good enough for Max and thinks Max would be better off with his wealthy foster family. Bailey assures him that no amount of money can replace a father's love and encourages him to fight for his son. Inspired, Charlie finds Max, apologizing for his mistakes. He then shares the news that he's accepted a match against Zeus, the league's most powerful robot, which brings a big smile to Max's face. As they approach the ring, the crowd cheers for Atom, the underdog. Charlie notices Bailey in the crowd, there to support them, and smiles. The music blares as Zeus enters, striding into the ring with menace, towering over Atom. The fight begins, and Zeus charges, landing a brutal punch that sends Atom to the ground. Atom gets up slowly, only to be knocked down again by another two crushing hits. Atom seems to have a mind of its own, relentlessly getting up despite being hammered by Zeus' furious punches. The powerful robot drives Atom into the corner, but surprisingly, Atom manages to land an unexpected uppercut, stunning Zeus. However, Zeus quickly regains control, landing blow after blow until the first round bell rings. Charlie rushes to the stage and frantically makes repairs with Max's help. As the fight continues, Atom starts to land some blows on Zeus while taking a brutal beating in return. By round 4, Zeus traps Atom in the corner and unleashes a devastating barrage. Charlie realizes their voice control system is malfunctioning, and with no other option, he decides to activate the shadow function for the final round. The battle rages on, with Zeus pushing Atom back with a relentless series of punches. But Charlie, with a smile, dares Zeus to keep attacking. The relentless onslaught starts to take its toll on Zeus, slowing it down from exhaustion. Seizing the opportunity, Charlie leads Atom in a counterattack, pushing Zeus back as it appears to freeze in place. Max watches with tears of joy, seeing his father rediscover the fighter's spirit he thought was long gone. Atom doesn't hold back, delivering a devastating punch that knocks Zeus down. The powerful robot tries to rise, but Atom keeps the pressure on until the bell rings, signaling the end of the fight. Despite the judge's decision to award Zeus the win, the crowd erupts in cheers, declaring Atom the true champion. Charlie and Max celebrate their victory, their names echoing through the arena as the audience chants in their honor. So, what did you think of this movie? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.